Hello. What should I do to fix the lighting? Hello, world. I never really know quite what to say to you. Uh, oh yeah, that I'm not sad all the time. I was like thinking about YouTube and content, and I'm like, man, my diary is always, and this has always been the case, always like time to write in the diary when things are going crazy bad. Um, hmm. And so, oh, I wonder if that sound shows up on the audio when I'm recording. I doubt it. My computer is beeping right now as I'm playing around with this new thing. And I need to get myself a microphone, I think. Or just flat out buy a computer, but I don't want to spend the money. Ooh, but the art. And also it's good. Priorities. I've always struggled with priorities. Like, what is my top priority? Myself, of course. Um, okay, so like, yeah, I'm not always sad. And I'm like feeling insecure about like posting crazy videos online. Of course I do. I feel kind of crazy about it. But at the same time, and I think some of you have like reinforced this, and I think this is true, like you mentioned, that like there is value in uploading my conscious stream onto the internet. Um, yeah. So, oh man, like as 2022 comes to an end, which is also my Saturn's return because I'm 29 and I will be turning 30 February 10th. Um, I feel kind of like I've been going and reflecting on my past year, as we do, I guess, when at this time of year, and like all I can say is that my body hurts. And I'm like, no, like I don't know how to let it go. Um, and try and be confident. And then I said something that doesn't quite sit. Like that's the value of these videos too. Is like when I say things and I'm like they get projected out into the collective subconscious of humans, and then like it gets reverted back to me since I'm part of that subconscious, and it helps me to like understand what's going on deeper within me. And so like I said that I don't believe that my subconscious doesn't believe that my love is valuable. That doesn't quite sit true. Like as it reverberates back, I'm like, I'm not so certain that that's what's going on. So then I was like, maybe it's that my subconscious doesn't believe that I am lovable. But my ego really fights that. My ego's like, nope, that's not it. Well, sorry, ego, but I'm not always so inclined to trust you, but I want to trust you. Uh, so I don't know. Like, do I not believe that I'm lovable? Like, when I look at my behavior, I'm very shy around people I like, and I'm scared, and I don't, is it yeah, of course I'm scared of rejection, of course, but it's not quite that, like, or maybe it is, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like think that like reinforcement of like this treatment of I'm just like I'm very sensitive. I've always been very sensitive. And my mom and dad, when I was little, like maybe between the ages of I guess 0 to 5, if my parents said my name even slightly loudly, even though they weren't angry, I would start to cry and I would I would stick out my bottom lip really far and I'd be like, and it would quiver. And they used to do it on purpose because I thought that was so cute. And the mom later was like, maybe we shouldn't have done that. And I do kind of remember a little bit of how that felt and like feeling my lip quiver. Aw, little Nicole is so cute. She really is. And I'm like part of me is scared of time moving on, even though like that's like the natural, like that's the oath. That's the oath that we make with God, or I don't know, God made with itself, that like time has to just continue on. And I like when Marley died, What day did he die on? He died October 20th. And then my other dog, Maddie, who was 17 and a half, died uh, December 10th. So, anyways, when like right after Marley died, I really I was like, I don't want time to continue, even though like he's gone. I know he can't come back. Like we buried him, but I was like, I don't want time to continue on because it's like I'm getting further from the moment when he was still around me. And I guess like if you think of like your self and your experiences as a bathtub that's constantly being full, well, like I didn't want those memories or those experiences to become diluted with new memories. But that's kind of like the oath that we make. Like the oath that we make is, I think God made the oath, like that it's like time will continue and like there will be a continual unfolding of events. Um, I don't like I don't really fully understand why, but like if you look at the opposite, which is that nothing changes and time doesn't exist, then wouldn't that just be a picture? Like, see, time doesn't move. It's kind of crazy. And like I guess the internet is like one really big like no, we want to not move time. Time is like pushing ahead and it's scary. But then like you know that there's parts of the universe where time doesn't exist and everything kind of just is. And I don't know what it feels like. I guess it all just hangs there and like as long as you remember something, except that my memory is not that good. Oh, there's another noise. I wonder if it recorded. Hmm. Uh, anyways, time is like this weird construct, and our egos, I think, are well, I don't know if it's our ego, but our brain perceives things in chronological order, which is useful, I think. Um, but I'm also like, there's another part of me that's like, yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, like time. Hmm. Anyway, so as 2022 is coming to an end, okay, in 2 days from now, so that'd be December 21st, 2022, which is the winter solstice. Oh my goodness. I have a performance evaluation. Well, I started this job in January, so this has been one full year, and this is my first performance evaluation. It happens for everyone. Like this is when they do them, I guess, at the end of the year in December. And because December is like a quieter time, I think, for land development right now. And oh, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because like I don't feel well like it was so hard to like accept the return to engineering. And like I talk about this that like I don't want I lean away from the identity of my 9 to 5 job, which I actually don't think is the right approach. So now I'm like working hard to accept it, but at the same time I'm like this is so scary. Um Yeah, but also be brave, Nicole. I mean, what could they say? Like, if I was really being brave, I would ask them for feedback and like, what is the datum of expectations and how much work should I? What I'm insecure about is I'm not sure what the expectations are for the amount of work I should be producing. Um, and I'm like, I definitely like all hate is self-hatred, and I'm like the parts that I don't like is like sloth, basically like the seven deadly sins. It's sloth, laziness, and complacency. So like like I will kind of like as I my mind works and I'm very efficient, like I'm also kind of like thinking about bigger picture things and how much energy I want to put to any one thing, and it's like priorities, right? And I'm not so sure that like how much I want to give. And this song, The 5 O'Clock World, look that song up because that's how I feel and it hits. That song really, really hits. And it talks about like how, your 9 to 5 job is does come at a steep cost. Like you build your skill set up so that you have skills to offer the world so that you can trade for money. And then you get to buy food and maybe nice things and shelter. Um, but it comes at the cost, and the cost is not necessarily the building of the skill set. The cost is your time that you could be doing something else. That's the way I see it um, right now. And like always think about that. I'm always, always, always thinking about that. Like how much I want to be in the garden all the time. And I'm like, just let me sit in my garden and look at the worms and bugs. I really just want to like be watching the bugs and the worms. And I guess I should have been a gardener, but I didn't have those early experiences. Nobody like taught me anything about gardening, and we don't have really a big garden or and I well, anyways, okay, like in retrospect, because like they say, like they're like choose a career. I'm not going to change my career. I already tried that once, and that was midwifery chapter. And um, I don't hate that I did that, but at the same time, I'm not going to dig a deeper well for myself in terms of student debt. So, yeah, I'm like very much like in 2 days, the winter solstice performance evaluation. Well, at least that's like the last part of my year that I have to get through. Like I've been through a lot this year, a lot, an awful lot. I would say that this year, so like with my Saturn return ending, I'd say this year, and then I'm still insecure. Like I'm like, did I do enough work to get through this? Like as this cycle of my life ends, did I do enough? Have I learned enough of my lessons? I guess I'll just pray to God and trust that I did and trust myself. Somebody's calling me. Um, So yeah, I'm gonna try and like really try hard to trust that I have learned a lot and I have done some really good work and I've definitely seen improvements. That's all very good. Have I seen enough improvement? Well, I guess that's what a performance evaluation is for, right? Like, if I did a bad job on an exam, you kind of know, right? And like, you kind of dread like getting the mark back. And then like sometimes I trick myself into thinking I did better than I did. Um, But at the same time, maybe it's like like an exam is very useful to see what you did learn, like a test to yourself, and it's fun testing yourself and experimenting. So yeah, I'm be brave, Nicole. I don't think I'm gonna get fired because so my hold on. Okay, hold on. So I don't think I'm gonna get fired. Sorry for the interruption, but I don't think I'm gonna get fired. But I'm going to like because they'd have to warn me. So like really, what am I worried about? They tell me that I'm not doing enough work. I don't think they'd say it like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like this has a lot to do with like, do I believe that I didn't do enough work? Anyways, and like, oh, what are my beliefs? Like, do I believe myself to be unlovable? I don't think so. I definitely deserve love, but I think I have to like really work on loving myself, which I've also made strides on that, so that's good. Yeah, but I'm not that easy on myself. My inner saboteur, as I say, like I'm really with like I think emotionally, right? So I don't have verbal thoughts, so I think mostly with my emotions. And honestly, it has been um, it has been like a pretty. I need to go easier on myself and really work on that. So I'm gonna just use affirmations. It's not hard. I've done that before. That works, and that's a starting place. And because I do love myself and I care, and I'm in this for myself and I'm in this for the world. And I do think that growth and healing and achieving goals is all possible. And I do think that God loves us all. So yeah. Oh, and so just know that like in a diary sense, I have a strong tendency to write in my diary or, you know, perform a video um, when I'm upset. And you can really feel like the visceral emotion of me like coming through, right? Uh, yeah. And it's actually intense and beautiful for me to rewatch as well. But that's not the full picture. Like there are lots of times when I'm happy. So I try to like balance that out, I think. Just so like cuz I do want like an somewhat accurate representation of like me sharing myself with the world. So I'm not always unhappy or scared, but sometimes I get really unhappy and really scared. And I would say that my emotions in general are very intense. Um, yeah, like or they can be like yeah, it's not like anything's wrong with that. It's just I'm sensitive. Like even my little my little version of myself, my toddler, like I'm sensitive. Okay, peace out, Girl Scout.